All right, so let's be honest, let's be real. This is, I put it in alphabetical order. That's what I did. So every time I go and I buy a new book, which usually is at least once a month, I usually then just randomly put them places. As we can see from this stack, there's some over here. There's even some that you can't see on a shelf under the desk. And it's not a bookshelf, it's just something that's not even a shelf. That's just what I'm calling it. Point is, yeah, we need some reorganization. In fact, let's get up close. Okay, so we can see, there's like missing books. There's books that are sideways. That's sideways because there was a book next to it. All right, three books to be specific, and more empty space. That's because I went through my books and I was like, you know what, we need to fix some stuff. This thing has been the bane of my existence because of my cats. They've knocked it down, and well, uh, they've, let's just say yeah, broken stuff on it because cats will be cats. So the idea here is we're going to reorganize all these books. All right, we're going to make room, put stuff back up here the way that it should. Luckily, they haven't messed with this one. This is also the more spendy one. I think it's because they really can't get behind it. And yeah, here we have the, side right here again, side view. This is also not, I don't know, like I was like, this is manga and then it was writing books, but we're going to reorganize. Okay, so here's the progress. We're just kind of laying the books out. Now, I've decided to get rid of these because they're trash. Here's why they're trash. That's why they're trash. I bought them on eBay, and yeah, they're garbage. Screw Netflix. I don't need that crap on there. I don't like it. All three of these, except for I think the one right here, has Netflix crap on it. So, yeah, I don't believe in throwing books away, but because they have the logo on it, that's where they should go, is in the trash. But we're just going to take them to a used bookstore. Okay, so apparently I have some doubles. I usually don't really keep doubles unless it's like a special edition, okay? And neither of these are really special edition. So here we have, like our mass paperback. And I don't know about you, but I don't really like these covers. I don't know, they don't sing to me in the sense of that yeah, I don't like them. All right. Now, these are minimalist, and I'm kind of indifferent when it comes to minimalist cases. When it comes to minimalist cases, but I don't know. I feel like these are better than these covers. Like they're minimal, but there's actually more to them. Whereas this is kind of like they were trying to go for some kind of realistic minimal, and to me it just fails. So I think I'm gonna get rid of these three. Okay, so for the most part, other than this, which is pretty much like special edition or to that effect kind of books, every other shelf has been emptied. Well, with the exception of that one too. Okay, I'm just kind of focusing on the main story, if you will. I mean, but yeah. So we can come over here, and here's all of the books. They just go. There's some Rob Jord. Yeah, and these are all Lawrence Watt Evans, Brandon Sanderson, Tad Williams. So anything that is stacked is either the same author or the same series. And if you're curious, I probably have maybe read or listened to I probably have read maybe about 5%. Audiobook wise, I probably have listened to like 15% of these on audiobook format. You'll also note that other than these two random ones that are not, or three that are not in a logical place, we have some YouTuber books going on here. Daniel Green, Cam Wolf, Autumn Cheney. He has like a Goosebump horror channel. Art channel, mostly. Okay, that's that. Apparently these two are related, brothers. I didn't even know that. Okay. Now these are actually the same, well, with the exception of clearly this one. This is clearly not that, but all of these are the same. They're just different covers, part of a Kickstarter. I'm sure people are aware of The Age of Scorpius, another YouTuber. Out of these, I would say out of all of these are probably the most controversial stack of books. Most of these others, I haven't really heard anyone talking about it. I've heard positive things. A mix for both of these. Alright, I got my stuff reorganized. I'm just gonna start from the top here. We got our manga and light novels, or novels that are based off of anime. So for example, we see, Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service, and then we jump into writing how-to books. It comes on up here where we got the oddball how-to book, so it's like a binder, so that's where it's gonna go. And then we jump into kind of like reference and research kind of stuff. Unfortunately, these were not tall enough, so we do have some side sitters, but it is what it is. This is where I keep my loose change, in that beer stein. Some PHP HTML stuff, extra down there. And we are missing, we're not technically missing it, it's on the desk behind me, but yeah. So they are now we're getting into like the fiction. So this is like alphabetical order in relation to the author. We'll see how bad I messed up. All right, we'll see if anyone watches it be that detailed. The only difference here is if there was any kind of large series, I actually just, there was, large series written by multiple people kind of scenario, then it was grouped together, kind of like the Dragonlance. Those are all different authors, so I just put them in the D for Dragon. So it's, mostly alphabetical order in relation to author, mixed in with whatever series. We had another cider because I didn't want to shove it down. Yeah, I have quite a few series that aren't like this because not enough shelf room. So, because that's just an extra, I just threw it on top. This is just a spacer. My graduation from high school. That's all. It's just there to hold it up. Nothing more, nothing less. Here's another example. Fantasy and science fiction. When it was good quality, now they have that paper magazine cover, so they're garbage. Terry Goodkind. Look at that, we got Daniel Green right next to his favorite author, Terry Goodkind. His favorite author. We jump to Robin Hobb. And then this is kind of a little bit of wall decoration going on here. All right, this is when I was in the military. I got this for going over the equator. Okay, coming down to more Robin Hobb. Then we got some Jones. Jumping into the Wheel of Time, ladies and gentlemen. Then Stephen King. I had to move a lot of these books like 50 billion times because I'd walk over to the bed and I would... That was a cat. I would see... a series that was behind, and I had to move a ton of books. Like, for example, the ends, I had to move like 3 or 4 different times because I found a different book or a different series. It was quite entertaining, to say the least. Oh. Actually, you know, I actually have the, you'll see it when we get there, but I have the special edition of that. I got this because I like the cover. It reminded me of Final Fantasy X, so that's why I got that. We have some gaps. The gaps are because I could not fit anything in there, all right? I mean, there's no way I'm shoving that right there. That ain't happening, okay? Random bookmarker, I just threw it there. Then we have, like, you know, these books. He's basically like, these are kind of similar. He was inspired by Roald Dahl, okay? We saw some of his box collection already. Library editions of Lord of the Rings in actually amazing condition, too. Not that anyone probably is really out trying to find library edition of books. Then we have to jump over here, because this is where the rest of the alphabetization goes, or whatever I was attempting to say. And then that's pretty much it. And then we just kind of jump to the special edition, collector's edition / not that, all right? So these are the drawing books I have. That's the sound of my cats making noise, hopefully not breaking anything. Look at this. It's not a donut, but when I start reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, there's the bookmark I'm going to use. It's going to stick out like that. Ronald Dell, as I was saying, I got some special editions there. We have these, some more Lord of the Rings, which are dusty. And then these guys right here. This is actually an audio cassette. That's mostly just there for space. It's not a VHS. In fact, I actually have, yeah, they're right here. This is the first one, and then there's the second and the third book right there. I believe it was written by his daughter, or they were. All right, so that's the end of the tour. Technically, I do have a headboard, but that's mostly movies. The top is going to be where I put Goosebump books and Shivers books by M.D. Spencer's, Bone Chillers by Betsy Haynes. Let's just say my cats knocked them down, so I have to build something so they don't knock them down. I have to build a bookshelf for the bookshelf. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this bookshelf tour in some fashion. Well, technically rearranging tour in some fashion or form.